All right, I'm going to give you a quick tutorial here on posting to the JEA Digital Media site. It's built on WordPress, so if you're familiar with WordPress or a content management system, you should be in good shape. If you're not, and I go too quickly for you on this, just feel free to reach out and I'll be glad to help you. Again, as an alternative for everyone, if you don't really want to mess with posting or learn how to do that or anything, totally fine. You can just go ahead and send me the article that you kicked up, along with some image options, at least one horizontal one preferably, and a working headline to run with. So anyway, so we have here the URL, jeadigitalmedia.org, and to get on the back end to post to this site, we just go ahead and type admin up there, hit return, and you should come to a place where you're able to input your username and your password. Now, you don't probably have one set up. If you're new, I will be more than glad to make one for you. Just go ahead and send me an email that says you want access to the back end, and I will make it for you, and you can post away to your heart's content. So you go ahead and hit the login button. It will bring you to the back end of what we have going on here, and where you really want to kind of mess is posts. The first thing I would do is just go ahead and let's check out all posts. You can click all posts or just hit posts. And we can see right now, just by a quick scan right here, that there are 2 posts scheduled. One's for Monday of this coming week, and one's for the Wednesday of this coming week. Good thing to always do when you're coming in to post on your own is check to see, are there any posts scheduled? As a general rule of thumb, we try to post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays every week. It's interesting, sometimes we go for a long time without anybody posting, and then all of a sudden 5 people are all trying to post at once. If you can, please try to spread things out just to help us a little bit. Spread the content out. I know we get excited about wanting to get things up and posted and having it go out there, but anything you can do to make sure we spread things out a little bit would be great. Having said all that, if you have something that's very timely that you wrote because of some news event that happened or something that's just coming out, feel free to contact me. I will look and see what we have scheduled back there, if there are some things in the pipe, and we can usually move some things around to get the stuff that's of a very timely nature posted when it makes the most sense. Anyway, when you're ready to post from there, just come over into Add New, and you'll go ahead and create your post. I'm going to show you a post that's already created real quick, but your headline is going to go here. Your copy is going to go in this box. You will do some tags and categories over here, and then you will change your author name if you need to right there. Well, let's go take a look at something that has already been created so you can see maybe what it is supposed to look like when all is done. Now I went ahead and did this one on how to use an LG 360 camera. First thing you'll know right here is the headline that I put in, how to use your LG 360 camera. It's specific to the type of camera that we're working with, that it's a 360 camera, but also the brand is an LG. I always try to keep these headlines, if I can, under 100 characters. Every time a post does go live on the site, it auto-posts to Twitter and Facebook, and on Twitter I want to keep those headlines down. So you can have something substantially longer than that, but if you could try as a general rule of thumb to limit it to 100 characters or less, it just makes sure that your headline does not get cut off on those auto-posts. You don't want it to be too broad so that people don't know what you're talking about, and you want to have some specifics in there to help people click who are interested maybe in the topic or what it is. Anyway, I usually type up my posts in another place, and then I copy and paste them into here. I add some hyperlinks in every now and then if I'm talking about something, just by highlighting and clicking on the insert link, and then I can insert the link right there. If you do want to insert some videos, you can simply just grab the YouTube URL and dump it in here. You don't need to do embed code, and actually I'd recommend doing that. It usually does a pretty good job of making those videos responsive that you put in. Otherwise, if you notice it's not doing that, you can go to a site, embedresponsively.com, and it will help give you code to make sure those do that. Anyway, I get the stuff in there that I want. I make sure my author is set down here. I could go type in a different name, but if you're logging in as your user, you should be all set as the author. Sometimes when you guys have me post, I have been known on occasion to forget to change that. If you post a post of yours goes up and my name is on it, it's just because I forgot to change this. Totally my bad. Just send me a quick note alerting me of what I did, and I'll go back in and change that. And over here on the right-hand side, there are some things for you to kind of mess with. There are some categories and tags and a featured image. You should include a featured image with your posts. Generally, this box down here is on standard or on image. You would set a featured image by uploading an image and grabbing it from here. So let's say that was what I was going to be as my image on jeadigitalmedia.org/resources. You will see that the size of these featured images are supposed to be 800 pixels by 445 pixels. If you could do that, it would be great. When we set a featured image, we can put it right there. That's what it should look like. I'm not going to put this on there. But if you do use this featured image, it will show up here, and it's going to show up on your inside post. So you would not need to post another image on here because this one is going to show up. Okay, so you can have that if you want. Now, on this post, on the front page, I wanted a video to show up instead of an image, so I just clicked this video radio button, and up top here, I put the video URL that I wanted to show up on the front of the site. Actually, if I go here to JEADigitalMedia.org, you can see on that post on the LG 360 camera that's down here. I can check that out, and you can see that this was an actual video that I had playing that was playing right on the post page. So you can do that if you want to. Your categories, we have a bunch of categories that you can pick from to show up on the front page in the featured rotator category. You do not need to pick any specific categories for that or tags. Things just automatically show up on the front of the site. So go through the categories that we have listed, pick the ones that most pertain to what you're talking about. Feel free to pick anywhere from 1 to 5 or 6, whatever it is, and hit those check boxes. And then if there are some more specific things that maybe we don't like, we don't have a category for 360, I went ahead and punched that in there. This was on our old theme we needed featured. We don't need that anymore, so sorry to confuse you and have that called up. But 360, I actually just did a post about HTML and CSS, and I did not have HTML and CSS here in the categories, so I added those as tags. Just further help clarifies things. Again, we got our featured image there. And really, you're set. After you get your headline in here, after you get your post set with images, if you want a bunch in there and links and stuff, get your categories and your tags set. And then what you'll come in here is you will edit when you want this thing published. Do not hit publish right away. Go ahead and set the date and the time you want it to publish. Again, you looked at that. We looked at that screen earlier. If you were wanting to make sure it was posted this week, you would figure out whatever Friday of this week was. You would punch that in for the date, and you'd set the time. I usually set the time for late morning Central Time. It's usually between 11 and 1 sometime, so it's not posted too early in the day, where some people might not see it. Also, it's not posted too late at night where they might not see it. Heavy traffic is usually midday for some of these things, but you could post it in the morning as people are getting up as well. It's totally your call on that. And then once you do that, just hit update and or schedule, it will say, and really you should be good to go. You'll be able to go back into your posts, and you should be able to go back into all posts right here, and then you would see that you had a post scheduled for your day. And really, that's about all there is to post. Again, you don't need to do anything special to get it in the featured category. The size is 800 by 445 pixels, the size of your image. And if you go to jeadigitalmedia.org/resources, it should give you a short list of things on there. A reminder on image size stuff. There's a link to this video. And it'll also give you some instructions in there on your bio on how to make sure your picture shows up and you get something written in that bio spot so people know who the author of the article is and just a little bit about them. Okay, that should cover things here. If you got any questions, feel free to hit me up. Good luck and thanks so much for posting and being a part of this great site.